Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back again to JJ Table Talks. What do I have to say? Yes, last time I spoke about reflections on the meaning of the month of Ramadan. This session, I'm going to do another reflection of what Hari Raya is all about for me. So, what do I have to say about Eid al-Fitr? It's past, but I would like to share the fact that this is the month of celebration. When you talk about Syawal and when you talk about the celebration of Eid al-Fitr, this is the 10th month in the Islamic calendar. After 1 month of, a lot of prayers, fasting, and spiritual devotion in the month of Ramadan, so everybody is looking forward towards the month of Shawwal, because after 1 month of fasting, from the children to the adults and the more senior adults, we all look forward to celebrate the big day, which is Eid al-Fitr. So it's never too late to say Selamat Hari Raya to everybody. It's a belated one. So what does it mean then when I talk about Eid al-Fitr? Right now, I know it's past gone, but the thing is that the celebration of Eid al-Fitr signifies the times of joy, of gratitude after spending 1 month of fasting, of not eating or drinking, and avoiding a lot of sinful behavior. So it marks a very significant part in the life of a Muslim, because this is where everybody rejoices. And on the eve of the announcement for Eid al-Fitr, everybody will be looking forward to when is it going to be the 1st of Syawal. And this is where, when I talked to you the last time, was that a lot of people were contemplating, was it going to be 29 days or was it going to be 30 days? And finally, it came after the 30th day. And so what is so important about this? Because we all, the Muslims around the world, will celebrate Eid al-Fitr as a month of gratitude. Why gratitude? Because it allows us to continue to rekindle relationship. At the same time, it is another spiritual journey for a lot of us. It is a bond with Subhanallah, the Creator. Allahu Akbar. Because this is when I talked about the significance of Eid al-Fitr, being the 10th month of the Muslim calendar. And earlier, I've also mentioned to you the 7 formula that I have actually followed throughout my life now until now, and it goes on to the next generation. Because remember, if you recall, I mentioned that for the first 7 years, which is from 0 to 7 years, this is your what I call the play and love period, the unconditional love, and sometimes people call it the golden years. Then when it comes to the second phase, which is from 7 to 14 years old, that is where we call it the discipline and education stage, because this is where the child is developing to become an adolescent. And then we get the final stage, which is from 14 to 21, because this is the stage where an individual gets to know about friendship and move towards adulthood. And this is also what I can say is the stage of mentorship. So it's critical that every Muslim child goes through this phase, and after having gone a month of fasting, then suddenly realize that he or she will realize that this is another month whereby we celebrate the significance of having gone through Ramadan and Shawwal. And in this country, especially Malaysia, well, we celebrate Hari Raya or Eid al-Fitr for 1 month, because there's so many people to invite, there's so many to regain relationship, and the weekends are not enough to host or to invite people to our homes where we can celebrate and have a festive time with everybody else, not only with the family members, but with relatives, friends, and business colleagues. And this is something that I like to share my experience for Edifitri this year, because it is something we decided amongst my siblings, especially my sisters, that why don't we do a potluck style kind of a festive celebration for Edifitri? And what does it mean? It means that this time not one person will cook, but all of us will cook. And as we invite our relatives and family members, we're going to announce it's going to be potluck style. And it's very experimental. I know it's something quite different from what we used to have before when we hosted Eid al-Fitr celebration. And it kind of, I find it very interesting because everybody kind of come to the gathering, the family gathering, bringing something. Of course, my sister, Junita, said that she will host at her residence, and alhamdulillah, that was a good gesture on her part. And the rest of us like, okay, I'll bring this, I'll bring that. And somebody said, don't worry, we have plenty of food. And mind you, on the day of Eid al-Fitr, the first day after the Eid al-Fitr prayers, when people start coming to Junita's house, my sister's house, we really had a feast because everybody contributed, and it's something that I think it is going to be a tradition in our family gathering or Hari Raya gathering in the future, because it brings the best in all of us. And we willingly bring to the table our favorite dish. And I tell you, it was amazing. It's really amazing. And it's something that somebody said during the gathering when we took our um, Raya pictures and photos, why did we think of this before? So it kind of not only brought joy to everybody, bringing their favorite food to the table, but it shows the Shiratul Rahim among all of us, that we are willing to do so, and we volunteer to do it, and we kind of enjoy because we don't have to make too much on our own, but we can just bring the small portion that we have and add variety to the table. And that was good because I tell you, I've never seen the spread of food for Eid al-Fitr as the one that we had recently. Okay, that's about celebrating and eating and having fun. At the same time, I'd just like to draw to our attention also that the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam also said that this Shawwal is also a month of continued spiritual devotion. Why is that so? Because the Prophet said that it is also advisable for us to fast another 6 days extra for the month of Shawwal. Why is that so? Because when we look at the hadith, you know, there is a statement that says that whoever fasts in the month of Ramadan and then kind of follows through with another 6 days in the month of Shawwal, he or she will be rewarded uh, as if you have fasted for the entire year. Who doesn't want that? I have been practicing this ever since I was um, a young adult, and it's quite rewarding because after the first 2 days of eating and feasting, and after a month of fasting, it's good to kind of relax yourself for another 6 days of extra fasting. It doesn't have to be a continuous 6 days, it can be any 6 days in the month of Shawwal. So it is kind of interesting that earlier, not many people were into this practice of the 6 days of fasting in Shawwal. But I guess recently, when I talked among family members and friends and others, it seems that it's quite common nowadays that people start fasting the extra 6 days in the month of Shawwal. And that's why you notice that in the month of Shawwal, we don't have enough weekends to celebrate and invite friends to the house. And this is very good. You know what? You know, I'm so proud to be a Malaysian. Why? Why so? Because Where else can you sort of have festivities or celebrate festivals when, for example, during Chinese New Year, I can eat the kueh kapit and lots of mandarin oranges. And during the Deepavali festival, you can have the muruku and the putu mayam. And of course, during the Christmas celebration, not that I celebrate Christmas, but when I visit friends, I tell you, I love the Christmas cookies and pies, and of course, looking forward to the turkey. Well, and then when it comes to Syawal, the month of celebration for Eid al-Fitr, can you imagine? This is the month that rendang, ketupat comes back into the buffet spread. And this is something that not only the children, adults, and I guess senior citizens do look forward. Because imagine in this country when we have celebration like Eid al-Fitr, every state in Malaysia will have its signature dish for celebration. For example, if you go to the East Coast in Kelantan, they have the laksam, they have nasi kerabu. And then when you go to Terengganu, you have the special rice called nasi dagang. And if you go to Johor, you get what we call laksa Johor and lontong or lodeh for some people. You go to Perak, you get the rendang kerutuk. When you go into the northern states, especially in Kedah, you get laksa Kedah. Where else can you not find variety of food on the menu? And this is especially so in this country, our beloved country, Malaysia. And I tell you, even now, when I talk about all the delicacies and the cookies and the food from all these states, it's so I can't imagine. We have been like fasting for a month, and now we're having this festive celebration for Eid al-Fitr. It's amazing what delicacies and food menu are offered or is offered, whatever you want to say. And going to each of my friends' houses for celebration, we look forward to it. Not only that, the kueh mueh is something that you won't get it in the rest of the world. Yes, they get biscuits and cookies, but here in this country, there's more to it. The traditional kueh mueh is so fantastic that we want to keep it more till we celebrate the next one, which is coming for soon, is the celebration of Eid al-Adha. Well, friends, when we talk about Eid al-Fitr, it's a month of celebration, not only a day of celebration. It is a month of celebration after showing our devotion in the month of Ramadan and our gratitude to Allah Ta'ala. It allows us to continue our spiritual journey and sort of strengthen the bond with our Creator. And mind you, when I talk about this, the month of celebration, the hardest part of, shall I say, about being a practicing Muslim or doing so in the religion of Islam, it isn't about just prayers, it isn't just about fasting or wearing the hijab. It is, to me, basically, I'll share with you is that it is perfecting your character of controlling your anger, making sure you're not accidentally hurting someone else, because it is all about our character. It's all about our principles in life. It's about of being true to yourself. One of my mentor, uh, my sifu, says that you need to have a life with purpose and passion. And it's something that if we believe in what we are doing right now, It is like practicing having that rapport with everybody else and building the trust by having a good relationship with others, listening well, engaging with them, and always not making any judgment. And this is where the challenge is for practicing Muslim, is that we cut kind of or cut down or minimize negativity in our life and look forward towards positivity or possibilities in life. We always look for good options in our life. And I tell you, when we go through the month of Ramadan, and then we went through Shawwal recently. I tell you, it gives some kind of a transformative journey for me, because I find that when you really value friendship, you value humanity, you value whatever that life has offered you. It's not only being grateful to the Almighty, but it's also, for me right now in my role as a mother and as a grandmother, a devoted partner, a trusted friend. It is something that you need to kind of look forward to life, because life has so much to offer. And I tell you, if we sort of feel grateful, I always use the word grateful, and stay humble in our life, we will really sort of appreciate what we have received so far. So I look forward to our next sharing moment, sharing experiences, because we're going soon to be celebrating Idul Adha, and there's so much more to talk about this coming celebration. And I wish you all happiness, be blessed always, and please stay true to yourself.